this time we're going to find the center radius of the second equation here. Now this one is a little bit trickier, and I'll show you why. In the last example, we got to skip the first step. In this example, we do not. Now remember, the first step always says to divide by the number in front of the x squared. So we're going to have to take this whole equation here, not a very straight line, but it'll do, and we're going to have to divide it by 9, okay? Now when we divide it by 9, what we end up with is this. When you have 9x squared divided by 9, it's x squared. 9y squared divided by 9 is y squared. 12x divided by 9 does make a fraction that you reduce. That would be a positive 4/3 x. Negative 18y divided by 9 is negative 2y. Negative 23 divided by 9 is a fraction. Negative 23/9. And don't forget 0 divided by 9 is 0. So now this is the equation we're going to work on. Step number 2 tells us to get it in order and move that whole number to the right. So let's do that. When we get it in order, we have the x's together, x squared plus 4/3 x plus a blank, plus put your y's together, y squared minus 2y plus a blank, and move that negative 23/9 to the other side, which makes it a positive 23/9. Now, let's follow the next step. It says take the middle number, which in this case is a positive 4/3. So we're going to take that positive 4/3 and we are going to divide it by 2. Positive 4/3 divided by 2 gives me a positive 2/3. We're going to circle that because we're going to use it later. A little big, but it'll do. Now I'm going to take the middle number here, which is a negative 2. Negative 2 divided by 2 is a negative 1. So we're going to put that there, and we're going to circle that so we can use it later. Okay? Now, what we have to do is we have to take the middle number, and the next step says square that and add it to both sides. 2/3 times 2/3 would be a 4/9. So we're going to add 4/9 here. We're going to take, and we're also going to add it over here. Now take your negative 1 squared. Negative 1 squared is positive 1. So we're going to add a positive 1 over here. Now the next step says to factor and solve. Okay, remember when we factor, we use the circled number here. So I have a positive 2/3. It's going to be x plus 2/3 squared plus, use your circled number here, it's going to be a negative 1. I put y minus 1 squared equals, when you add all this up, you end up with a positive 4. It is positive, so we do know we have a circle, and now it's easier to pick out the center and the radius. Remember, when you pull it out of parentheses, you change the sign. So the x value of the center would be a negative 2/3. The y value of the center is going to be a positive 1. And over here, square root of 4 is equal to 2, so our radius would be a positive 2.